Welcome to track number 3 of Where is the Flock That Was Given Thee?
Wow. Are you ready to give yourself wholly? Wow. You can sit down. Let's go through these core areas that you're going to develop this year. What is number 1? Are you going to develop the ability to fight? How many of you are ready to become fighters? Namibian fighters. You know, your country fought for independence, isn't it? But we are going to fight another kind of fight. We are going to fight the fight to build a mega church. We are fighting the fight to have at least 10 sheep, isn't it? How many of you are going to have at least 10 sheep by this time next year? How many of you are aiming to have at least 50 sheep by this time next year? How many of you are ready to have at least 100 sheep? Give your loudest shout! Wow. I see you becoming a fighter. I see you becoming a fighter. You are not going to fight foolish fights. You are not going to fight over boys. How many of you ladies are ready not to fight over boys? But you are going to fight over sheep. Wow. So 1 Timothy 1:18 says that this charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went on before thee, that by them mightest war a good warfare. Are you ready to fight a good war? Are you ready to fight a good war? What is the second core area you're going to develop? Wow, you are going to develop your conscience. The inner warning system. How many of you can see that it's very important? That you have a deep warning system that lets you know. 1 Timothy 1:5. Now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart and of a good conscience. Yeah, I'm developing a good conscience. Say from today, when I'm about to do something wrong, my conscience, which is my inner warning system, will remind me. You know, even the message that Bishop is preaching should remind you that I must have a good conscience. You know, one day I was speaking to a certain lady in my church, and you know, sometimes pastors we preach and then you wonder whether people are actually listening or they will obey you. But then I was talking to her, I said, you know, she was not married, she worked in this big office with a lot of guys chasing her. And I said, so have you been tempted before? And she said, Bishop, all the time. All the time. And I said, so how have you been able to overcome it? She said, sometimes I have come very close. She said that there was a time that I'm virtually almost taking off her skirt. And then she said that she heard my voice preaching again. And she said, no, I cannot do this. Hey, from today you will have a good conscience. I said, from today you have a good conscience. I know another brother, he was telling me a story once. He said he went somewhere to do some work. I think he went to give a speech. He went to give a speech somewhere. And then in the night, a certain lady who was part of the place, as like a speech to salespeople, she came to visit him in his hotel room. This lady was a miss. I don't want to mention the country. But she said, the guy said that he was sitting down there and the lady was sitting at the edge of the bed. And then she took one long leg and she suspended it in the air. So I said, hey! So I started to sweat. I said, what happened? Because I knew that my brother had fallen. I said, what happened? He said, Bishop. I said, what happened? He said, Bishop. I said, what happened? He said that the leg was in the air like this. He said, Bishop. I said, what happened? He said, I was about to fall. I said, how do you know you are about to fall? Then he said, Bishop, when you are about to fall, you know you are about hey! But suddenly his conscience came to him. And he said, he told the lady, I cannot do this. The lady told him that every man I want, I get. But his conscience was stronger than the ties that from today, may you have a good conscience. With a shout out to Jesus, let's welcome Bishop one more time.